Hi everybody. I have a group of brigands, generic bandits that I've been using in my game. For those of you who don't know, I have a regular game that I DM, and these bandits, I've used them in the game. They've been brigands, like thieves bandits on the road. They've been bandits that were threatening a town that my players had to defend. They have been the local thieves guild in a town where my players actually started out. They were poisoned, and then they woke up in a sewer and they had lost their memory, and they have since decided that they're bounty hunters and they go around hunting bandits, and it's about time that these guys got painted. So anyways, I'm going to show you a technique that I've been using to kind of bang out a lot of guys really quickly lately, and I've been getting really good results. I'm really happy with how these guys turned out. Like I did another video recently about painting an orc army, and this is the same kind of technique, but I'll show you. It's just like super quick, super easy, and you can bang out a bunch of guys, and they look good. They look really good. So first off, I'm doing a flesh wash, and this is a new product that it's not new. It's new to me. It's a P3 dark flesh wash, and I wanted to try it because my game setting is kind of like a Mediterranean setting, so I wanted to see if I could get some nice like kind of olive skin effects on some minis. But this is one of my new favorite products, one of my new favorite inks for using. I like P3 paints. I think they're good stuff. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do flesh washes on all the appropriate areas. So I like the Vallejo dark flesh wash so much that I decided to use it as a base to mix some other colors. So I've been using Vallejo Model Air kind of interchangeably with like game inks, and other inks. The colors are thinned out so that they'll run through an airbrush and atomize properly, and they don't have the same like coverage and thickness, like opacity, as like Vallejo game color or model color. In my experience, it's like game color is the most opaque, and then they have like their ultra opaque. I mean, Vallejo, it's like they have millions of paints. It's crazy. But the Vallejo Model Air, it seems like you can just use it as a glaze right out of the bottle. Like if you already have your Zenithal paint, Zenithal Prime, paint job already done, you can just use the Vallejo Model Air colors to sort of stain that and like get pretty good results. I really like it, and I've been using it a lot lately. So I got this Vallejo Model Air War set at Hobby Lobby for like $25, and it came with I think like six or more, maybe 8 droppers of paint, and I think it's a really good buy. So Hobby Lobby, if you don't know, you can go every time you visit, you can print out or use a 40% off coupon on your phone. So like you can go to Hobby Lobby, you can get the Vallejo line, and you can go every day and then buy one dropper bottle of paint, and then someday you'll have the whole line. And the Game Air colors seem to mix with inks just fine. So I had a really simple palette in mind, a lot of like olive kind of drab colors, like dark greens, some leather, some black, and so I'm just gonna basically just use a very, very simple palette to go around and get all these guys. And I wanted them to look like, if they weren't like best friends, that they all like definitely go to the same tailor, definitely part of the same group of bandits. But anyways, yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of go around and do like weapons and armor with some black game ink. Another color that I really like, that I would definitely recommend picking up, is Vallejo Game Ink Sepia ink wash. It's just a really, really nice brown. It makes a really nice looking leather, and the Vallejo Game Inks also dry completely flat and non-gloss, which is not true for, not all ink washes are created equal. Like Citadel, there's lots of ink washes that I've tried, and a lot of them dry pretty glossy. You have to hit the models when you're done with some kind of like a lustreless overcoat and do like a lot of it to get the glossiness to go away sometimes. So I like the Vallejo Game Inks dry, flat and non-gloss. So after I've got the whole models covered with ink washes, I'm just gonna mix what's left on the palette and then do some kind of ground cover around their feet. But to be honest, like, they're kind of like table ready at this point. Like, they look pretty good. They're definitely good enough to where I'm proud to put them on the table and look at them, from 3 feet away. But I'm not done. I'll show you what I do now after I'm done doing the ink washes. So now I'm gonna go around and do some dry brushing, and got the old Citadel paints. But these are the one kind of Citadel paints that I would buy again. Basically, like, I pretty much completely transitioned over to P3 and Vallejo. So whenever I use like little paint pots like this, usually I use my P3 paint pots, but I do like these actual dry brush paints. There's a lot of people that I talk to that are like that, where they don't like the actual Citadel paints, but they'll use the technical paints. There's like some kind of like their crackle paint, or there's like just some kind of technical paint that they really like that nobody else makes, that they're satisfied with. But I'm just gonna go ahead and do brush some highlights, few little skin tones, the dark flesh the dark flesh wash didn't dry as completely dark as I wanted it to. It kind of looks more like just like a regular flesh wash, but not like a dark, like an olive skin. So yeah, still like a really good product. I really like it. Onto a paint that I really do recommend. This is a P3. Well, it's like an olive green. I think it's called Trader Green. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of dry brush, like wet blend a little bit on their cloaks with this green to kind of get rid of like the coffee staining of the inks. So yeah, it just kind of stood out to me a little bit. And, it just looks a little better if I, cover up the coffee staining. But I'm making sure to only put this on in, like, I'm using my zenithal prime and then my ink stain as a roadmap of where this belongs, because this is going to be my highest highlight on my on their cloaks. It's going to be the lightest green, so I'm putting it on the spots in the zenithal prime where it belongs. That's a good way to like know where your lights belong, is to do a zenithal prime before you do your regular paint job. And I've got another lighter green P3 bog moss that I'm using for, but you know, again, I'm only putting it in those highlight spots where you know, using my Zenithal Prime and the ink stains as a roadmap of where these colors belong, and you know, getting rid of the copy staining, and just kind of using it to make some highlights. I'm going to do the same thing with the weapons. I'm a fan of metallic metal paints. This is a P3 cold steel, and so I'm just going to you know, kind of like do a heavy-handed dry brush, like sort of wet blend dry brush, but I'm only going to put the metallic metals on the tops, you know, like the shiny parts, the parts where the sun would actually be hitting the weapons and things like that. So yeah, same kind of thing, just creating some highlights. Next up, just to create some nice dirt around the bottoms of these guys, I'm just going to use some pan pastels. This is a product that I really like, you know, for dirt. It makes some really nice looking dirt. Pan pastels you could use weathering pigments, but pan pastels, they have like consistent colors, you know, like if you buy a burnt sienna, you're getting a burnt sienna. If you buy a raw umber, you're getting a raw umber. So that's just it's just one of those things. Like I went to art school and I use these things in art school, and I prefer them to weathering pigments, but they do make some nice looking dirt. So that's how these guys look, and you know, I got this paint job done really quick. Like, sorry for the shaky camera. I shoot all my videos with my phone. But yeah, I'm really happy with these guys. It took me like, I don't know, like a couple hours just to bang them out, you know, not including the Zenithal Prime that was already done on them. But you know, considering how fast my players can knock down a group of bandits, I'm definitely happy with these guys. Didn't want to spend too much time on them, but I like them a lot and they look really good. So anyways, I hope that helps you out. Hope you feel inspired. Thanks for watching.